This show is so fun, even for us, and we're here every day.
Yeah.
But it's so fun because we have like a plan, and I would say these days we stick to about 22% of the plan. And so when we go off the plan, there's often a revelation. And not surprisingly, Sisney, Tanya went on an Ashley Tisdale retreat.
Very on brand for her.
Doesn't really surprise me. I would picture her from any former High School Musical cast members retreat, right?
100%.
Kind of like her thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't surprise me that she would come back and tell us without blinking about a manifestation moment.
Yeah, sharing her knowledge.
But she really had a lot of enthusiasm, and she said she met Heather. And we found out that Heather was the manifestation coach at the retreat. And Heather, we want to know more because it's kind of changed our Tanya. Heather is joining us now. It's so nice to meet you, Heather.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Sisney. Hi, Tanya. So nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Tanya, thank you so much for sharing everything that you learned that day. It was really exciting to hear from you, to say that you wanted to talk more about it.
And what did you learn about Tanya?
Really? Am I really supposed to give all these secrets away?
I talked about it. You can say.
The biggest thing with Tanya, well, let me say this, right? Manifestation is a word that's used so much. I think it's important to remember that manifestation, all it means is to receive the things that you want because you feel deserving of it. So Tanya is looking to get engaged, start a life with her partner. And a big part of it is a little bit of, dare I say, desperation and wanting to feel like, why isn't this happening now? Well, what happens is when you want to have it happen now, the energy around that is feeling like, well, I'm not worthy unless I am engaged. I'm not worthy unless somebody says, you are my number one. So I think a big part of what Tanya and I kind of talked about, and she willingly shared it with the group, right, is just this idea of what she's looking for.
Experience. I know your advice is great, but to sit there and share that with a group at a retreat, I don't know how you. Good on you for doing it. I couldn't do it.
But
I could call Heather and say, Heather, like one-on-one session, but in front of the circle of people.
Yeah.
Heather, so what you're saying is, like, what we heard her tell us was that she's got the boxes are checked for her happiness. She doesn't need to have the engagement per se. But I will pick up on desperation. So there are times when one of us are impatient here. Is that a form of desperation?
Yeah, and let's use that word lightly. The idea is that the intention behind that is feeling like a lack of trust. I mean, that's a softer way to say that. I don't trust that what I want is going to come to me eventually. So I need to dog paddle a little bit right now, hence desperation, to make it come sooner. Really, it's just feeling like if I don't have it now, I'm never going to have it, which just isn't true.
We're raised to think that.
I know.
I know.
Like,
yes, 100%.
We're raised, at least where I was raised in the family I was raised, is you've got to make hay. You've got to, you've got to go for it now. You've got to say yes. You've got to get there early. You've got to get there later. It's like there's a little bit of a panic tempo to all of it.
Well, and Ryan, what that is the feeling of earning to receive, right? You've got to earn it versus just receiving it because you're deserving of it. Right. This whole.
See, I would never feel like that. I would always feel like I had to put in the time to be able to go buy the pizza.
Paying your dues.
Yeah.
Which is a story, right? That's a story we've picked up.
Well, now, Heather.
I know it's not good.
We also were introduced. Heather, what is your title? What do we call you? The manifestation coach?
Coach. Yeah. I like to think of myself as an advocate, right? I'm advocating for whoever I'm speaking to on looking at what's your story and is it true and how can we let it go?
Okay, so that's who she is and what she does. And Tanya met her, and she told us that you introduced a word to her and a concept, and we're kind of tight on time, but expanders, these expanders in your life. So give us a little summary of what that is and how we want to connect with them.
So anytime we see something that someone else have, typically we would use the word envy or jealousy, but instead of looking at it in a negative light, look at it as this person is expanding me. It's showing me what I want. It's also showing me do I believe I can have it or do I believe I can't have it? So finding expanders is incredible. And it's just this idea of, okay, if they can have it, so can I.
Okay, so when, for example, Tanya's boyfriend Robbie is really cut, really fit, and looks great in his clothes, I shouldn't be upset.
Definitely not. That is showing you, Ryan, that you're looking for a certain style. I know you're really busy, so how can you find more time in your day to focus a little bit more maybe on physical activity? That's just showing you these are the things that are important to you.
Got it.
Oh, that's an
All right.
interesting
Well,
way to look
there's
at
a
it.
lot of things we should have you back and talk about.
I know. Honestly,
fear of commitment in marriage. So I mean, what was the most, just on a last beat here? What was the fun of the Tisdale retreat? Was there a play put on? Did you guys do a sing along? Was there? What was
to
the,
me, this was the highlight. This was the.
But wasn't there a fun
thank
activity
you.
where you went
We
to a
did
school dance or
yoga.
something?
We had nice meals together. It was very beautiful.
Is she traveling this tour?
No, it was to launch. She has a line, Being Frenchy, that's out at Target. It's
Got it.
bath bombs and pillow sprays and hair masks and wellness
God,
stuff.
it's speaking my language.
Mhm.
Bath
Yeah.
bombs.
Yeah.
I love a bath bomb.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you, Heather, for coming on, and nice to
Thank
meet you.
you.
We'll have you back sometime. All right.
Definitely. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 And to Ashley Tisdale, congratulations on the launch
Yeah.
of that product.